Alright, so the files, you're going to need to right-click on that file. It's called mutant.7z. And right-click on it and go to 7-zip, extract to that folder, mutant. And then what I want you to do is go to the D drive, and make a folder with your name. Make a folder with your name on it and call it Mutant. Actually, just call it Mutant Project. That's fine. I want us to do this the exact same way. Mutant Project. Okay. That way, if we all have to like share files or something, all the pathing will be the same. We won't have any problems. So then go ahead and drag that mutant folder in there, and then rename that mutant folder. We'll just call it Mutant Files. So you got a folder on the D drive with your name, Mutant Project, and then a folder in there called Mutant Files, and in there are the Mutant Files. Where's that mutant anyway? Creature Chris used, character. Aha! Here he is. So, over the summer, a group of really talented students, and myself, of course, worked on a project, and we did some really cool stuff. We did a ton of work. And so in this class, we're going to recreate some of the work that we did using this mutant. We made it was a horror, what would you call it?
Walking simulator? Sci-fi horror survival?
Yeah, it was a survival horror.
Without any of the horror or survival.
That's not true. That's not true. But it's one of those ones like Alien Isolation where you have no offensive weapons.
Survival.
Survival horror. Yeah, but it was in space, and you're in a space station, and it was kind of like Dead Space, I guess. But anyway, this team really kicked ass. Did a lot of cool stuff. But we used this mutant, and as soon as it loads up here, I'm going to show you some of the cool stuff. Okay. So this is Unreal. Who's used Unreal before? Anybody? Good. All right. So this is we had like this creature that was basically chasing you around in the space station, right? And so we're going to do everything that you see here. This is a combination of, this guy was rigged in Mixamo. Who's used Mixamo before? Anybody? Cool. He was rigged in Mixamo. He was textured in Unreal, and the hands are actually motion captured hands that we used with the leap motion for. Anybody familiar with leap motion? Anybody? Okay, it's one of the cool little toys we have here, and you're all gonna learn how to use it. And then his face was done with blend shapes.
With what?
With blend shapes. And I'm going to teach you guys how to use that stuff too. So in Unreal, if you're in the character editor, which is called what? Persona. I'm starting to get my Unreal terminology down now. Use this damn program enough. In Persona, there's all these little options, but there's one called the Morph Target Previewer. And in here you can see, when I exported this guy from Maya, he had a few different morph targets. He had closed eyes, open mouth, closed mouth, and angry. And as you can see, these, since they're animated in Maya, you can see the numbers are actually fluctuating here in real time because Unreal is playing an animation, which is pretty cool. So anyway, this is going to be our first project. Will be this demon dude. Does he have a run? So here was his walk. This was another same sort of deal. It was a walk animation from Mixamo and hand capture and all kinds of stuff. So.
I'm pretty sure actually that walk animation was retargeting for motion capture.
It was retargeted for mocap?
Yeah.
I can't remember. Okay, so let's go into Unreal for a second. So everybody open up your Epic launcher. Go to Unreal Engine and go ahead and click on the yellow drop down in the upper left hand corner and select Unreal 4.12 and hit launch. Unreal has now become one of my favorite programs to use. It's pretty badass. As far as engines go, it really does some cool stuff. What do you think about Unreal, Chris?
It's Unreal.
It's definitely that.
It's got a lot of good things in it.
Alexis, you keeping up okay? Alright, just checking. Sitting over there all by yourself? Alexis doesn't like to sit by people. She doesn't like people. Anybody do anything cool? You got social anxiety?
I can socialize, but I just don't like it.
Oh. Anybody do anything cool over the summer?
I plan on trying to 4 in a week. It was a very bad decision.
You made a survival horror game.
You did do that. Alright, everybody got the new project tab open? No? Well, when you do, click on third person and go ahead and there's a path down here. Change that path to your folder on the D drive with your name on it. And select that Mutant project folder. So select Mutant project, hit OK, and we're going to call this Mutant project. So we're creating a new third-person project in your Mutant project folder, and we are calling it Mutant project. And go ahead and hit Create Project.
Starter content?
What's that?
Do you want starter content?
You can turn off starter content if you want. No big deal. What time does this class end?
2:55.
There's just never enough time. And when your project launches, go ahead and hit play. And when you hit play, if you hit WSAD, the robot will run around. Play is up at the top. Some quick keys for Unreal. If you hit F11, it will go into full screen mode. And I think the mouse also adjusts the camera in third person. So F11 is full screen mode, and then escape is to stop, or you can just click stop. Also, if you're in full screen mode and you hit Alt and you've stopped it, if you hit Alt P, it will play again. And you can also hit F8, and it allows you to eject from your character while you're playing. And then if you hold the left mouse button and use WSAD, you can fly around. Or the right mouse button. So if you hit F8, you will eject from your character while you're playing. And you can hold the right mouse button or left mouse button and use WSAD to fly around. That's a handy feature if you're ever like playing your game and you need to like have the game kind of going on in real time, and you just want to fly around and kind of look at stuff. Another really handy feature, and then you have to hit F8 again and then escape. Another really handy feature is if you're just in the editor, like you're editing like this, if you hit G, that actually turns it into game mode. So it's technically like what you would see in the game, and you can hit G again. And the way you know is the little pop-up, the little thingies will hide, like the lights and stuff. So anyway, just some unique tricks about Unreal that I've learned. Okay, everybody here? We all here now, finally? Click on Content, the Content Manager, and then where it says Search Content, type in third, and what we're looking for here is the third-person character. There's a little thing that pops up and says third-person character. So again, click on Content, and then in the search, type in third. Third-person character, and then double-click on it. Actually, that's not what we wanted. We want the, you can just go ahead and click on third-person idle. Just double-click third-person idle. And then Persona will open up. It's going to pop up a new window. What you guys all, I'm telling you, it's so much better. Instead of like making this window full screen and having multiple windows behind it, just grab the tab and pull it up in your tabs. That way you can quickly switch back and forth between each tab. I do not you can pull the tabs out and make it full screen. I don't recommend working this way. I recommend having all your tabs up front. I promise you it's a better workflow. Alright, so we have Persona up here. Just to talk about Persona for a little bit, you've got animation up in the right. You've got animations, mesh, and skeleton. Okay, you click on skeleton, you can see the skeleton for this guy. He's got a lot of bones and stuff. You can also click on Show in Persona and turn on. How can you show the bones, Chris? How do you do that? Hierarchy. Yeah, if you click on Show, go to Bone, and do All Hierarchy, you can see his bones. And remember, a trick when you're in Persona, if you just hold your right mouse button and use WSAD, you can fly around. Right mouse button, hold your right mouse button and use WSAD, and you can fly around. And you can look at stuff, and you can cycle through the joints.
You can use the scroll wheel to slow down.
Hold the right mouse button.
Yeah, as you're flying, if you want to fly faster or slower, you can also scroll. There's also a drop down up here that says snap sizes.
I think the speed is the right of that.
Is that what this is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bottom right there, it says the 4.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so if there's also a little click to expand toolbar in the upper right, and there's a camera speed. You can select that slider. Unreal friggin' has everything. I mean, they really kicked ass when they made this program. It's unbelievable. Okay, switch back to animation here, and you can cycle through all the animations just by clicking on them. And go ahead and right click on any of those animations and go to Find in Content Browser. And what we're going to do is we're going to click on the mannequin folder and go into mannequin character mesh. And there's a mesh called SK mannequin. Go ahead and I want you to export that. So right click on it and go Asset Actions, Export. And go ahead and export that to your desktop. No, we're just going to take a look at this guy. He's just going to be kind of a throwaway thing we're going to look at real quick.
Where are you exporting it from?
So,
Oh, I got it.
okay, mannequin character mesh, and right click on SK mannequin, Asset Actions, Export. Go ahead and export him. You're going to be bored for this first. No, you won't be bored. That bored. Alright, and then open up and go to Maya and go to File, Import that file. Now, has everybody in here used Maya before? Anybody not used Maya?
I've seen it work a little bit one time. That was
Okay.
it.
So, Maya has similar controls to Unreal. We're not going to be doing like a whole lot of stuff. Actually, we are going to be doing a whole lot of stuff in here. Yeah. So, if you hold Alt on your keyboard, you can use all three of your mouse buttons to navigate around in Maya. If you ever get lost in this class, the best thing to do is just to lean over somebody next to you and just ask them, "Hey man, help me out." Just letting you know. Don't be shy for asking somebody, because we're going to go through a lot of stuff. If you hit 4 on your keyboard, it goes into wireframe, and you can select the skeleton inside this guy. So Unreal's the program that we use to make games. Maya's the program we use to like edit the characters and stuff. Okay? So anyway, I just wanted to show you that you can get files out of Unreal just as easily as you can get them into Unreal, which is pretty cool. So, alright, so let's go ahead and make a new scene here. And what we're going to do is we are going to import the mutant. So file, import, go to your mutant folder, make a new scene, go to your mutant folder, and go ahead and import that mutant FBX. Alright, so when he imports, you're going to have like some errors here. It says unable to import some materials. That's fine. It's going to take a second to import because it comes in as like an uber high poly model. for some reason, but if you hit 1 on your keyboard, it will go back to being a low poly model. I think you can actually hit the mesh. So we want the low poly version of this guy. So just click him and hit 1 on your keyboard. Yes. And you can delete that ground plane and delete the lights that are in the scene. We don't need those. Yeah, you want to make we're importing this guy into a new scene, you guys, not with the other guy. So we'll go to File, New, and then import it again. Everybody good to go? All right, for you guys that are got him going here. So he comes in, he has no animation, but he has keys on him for some reason. So if you select the skeleton, you can see there's these red things at the bottom. Those are keyframes. How many of you guys took 3D animation? Yay! So you guys understand what keys are. That's good. What we're going to do, he's rigged right now, but the rig's kind of crappy. I bought this guy off Turbo Squid. So what we're going to do is we're going to detach him from the rig. And one way you can test to see if he's actually rigged is if you just drag a box over him, it's going to select his skeleton and then hit W. W's for move. And then the little mover will come up and you can move him around. And that way you know if you move bones and the character moves, that means he's skinned. Remember, Control Z is undo. So make sure you're always undoing. So those of you guys that just got him imported, he comes in super high poly. We need him low poly. So click on him and hit 1 on your keyboard. And that's going to make him his low poly model. Okay, very important you do that. The next thing is we're going to detach the skin from the skeleton. So go ahead and go up to Edit, Delete. Actually, go to Window Animation Editor's Blend Shape. Window Animation Editor's Blend Shape. So this guy came in and he had blend shapes. So as you can see, he's got closed eyes, open mouth, closed mouth, angry, and joy. You can play with those, and his face actually does stuff, which is pretty cool. I don't know why you would ever need joy for this guy, but somebody had it. So go ahead and just slide all those to 0.
When he finally gets his prey, he's happy.
Do what now?
When he finally gets the person he's chasing, he's happy.
Yeah, joy. It's just ridiculous. So it just doesn't even look right on this guy. So let's go ahead and detach the skeleton here. So select the skeleton and go to skeleton up at the top, and or go to skin. Sorry. Where is it? Detach skin. And oh, you have to select the character. Yeah, select the character and then do detach skin. There we go.
So how do we get to that point?
So you select your character and go to skin, detach skin. And then select the skeleton and hit delete.
Where is scan? Where go to animation?
If you need help, ask somebody next to you. Yeah, so when you do it, Just go ahead and just click on detach skin. Don't worry about the option box.
Oh. I don't have detached skin. I have design skin.
Are you under the animation tab?
Do you have a newer Maya?
I have 2017.
Of course you do.
Special.
It says unbind skin.
Yeah, I'll try it too.
I mean, that's probably what it is.
The eyeballs?
No. Everybody good? If the skeleton's not coming off, what?
Or the skin or detached.
So, in the upper left-hand corner, there's a drop-down. Change it to animation. Then click on the guy, and go to skin, detach skin.
Oh, you just select the skin of the.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Wait, I thought it was.
And then select the skeleton and hit delete. So as you can see, the morph targets still work, which is good. All right. So in this guy's head, he's got some eyes, but these eyes suck. So we're going to give him some new eyes. So go ahead and click those eyes and hit delete. You may have to hit 4 on your keyboard to go into wireframe so you can see them. Yeah, delete his eyes. Let's go ahead and save this scene while we're at it. Go to File, Save Scene As, and in your mutant files, or in your, we're going to save this in, just in the main folder in Mutant Project. And we can save it as a Maya binary, that's fine. And we're just going to call this Mutant Rig. All right. Everybody good? Who's stuck? What's the problem? He needs help. Okay, guys, we're gonna make some new eyes for this guy. So go down to the base of your grid and go to polygons. And we're going to create a polygon sphere. So you can just click on sphere and then click one time, and it will make a sphere. And remember, I wanted you to delete that ground plane. We don't need that ground plane. Now, this texture for this guy did not come with any eyes. So let's go get him some cool eyes. So everybody jump into your internet browser and go to Google. And in Google, search for animal eye texture. And there's some creepy looking stuff on here. We want this guy to look real creepy. Let's go ahead and go with... Let's go with this one here. This is kind of weird mutant eye. So go ahead and click on that one and go View Image. And save it. Save image as. And go ahead and throw this one in your folder. and we'll call it I. And then we are going to need to go into Photoshop. Everybody open up Photoshop. Let's open every program on this computer.
Yeah, watch
Yeah,
it
how many
now.
takes for it to grow?
Every single one. And when you get Photoshop open, you're going to open up the texture called Zombie Color. Everybody in here used Photoshop before?
Yes.
Anybody not use Photoshop? You never used Photoshop?
Just got one day intro.
It's a good time to learn. It's okay, it's not that hard. You're going to learn a lot. Alright, everybody got the texture open? Should look like this. Keeping up okay? Alright, so quick Photoshop tutorial. If you hit Z on your keyboard, you can zoom in and out. Z for zoom. And H is a hand, and you can move around when you're zoomed in. So Z for zoom, H for hand, and you can move around. That's how you navigate. It's 2D. So, and I actually added an eye on here, but we're not going to use that eye. So, go ahead and go to where you saved your eye texture
Follow along with him.
and drag it in. And go ahead and place it over that eye. Is everybody with me so far?
I'm trying to figure out how to zoom out.
Hit Z.
Yeah. Hold. Oh, we have to just hit it, not hold it.
Hit Z and then have a magnifying glass.
Use your left mouse button to zoom in and out.
Yeah, but like, I'm not. I can zoom in, but not out.
So if you click Z and you left click and drag and move left and right, it should be doing this. Can somebody help him? Zoom. Then drag in your eye and put it over the other eye. Just like this. It's going to be bigger, and that's okay. And then click the check mark. Does anybody need help? Everybody good? Alright, when you're finished, go ahead and we're going to save this image. So just go File, Save. And it's going to try and save it as a PSD, which is Photoshop's kind of native format, but we want to save it as a JPEG. And go ahead and save it over Zombie Color JPEG. So we're saving as a JPEG, not PSD. save it over the other zombie color. And you can go ahead and keep it a large file, quality all the way, and hit OK.
Hold Alt and use your own output.
Alright, when we're done, everybody close out of Photoshop. We will not need Photoshop anymore. That's all we're doing in Photoshop. And back into Maya. Alright. Everybody with me?
I'm trying to figure out how to put the eye texture.
So you were just supposed to drag it in Photoshop over your other texture. Can you help him? In the front. Him. Yeah, just drag it in. Alright, you guys. So we're going to split our view in Maya into 2 views. And over on the left here, you can tap the space bar, and that'll do 4 views. But there's a little button down here in the bottom left that's called Panel Layout. Just go ahead and click that, and it'll split it into 2. And you can pull the window over, and we're going to change the view on the left to the UV Texture Editor. So go to Panels, Panel, UV Texture Editor. So we've got a double view here, and one side is the perspective and the other side is the UV Texture Editor. Okay? And go ahead and click on that sphere. And I also want you to go up to Window, Rendering Editors, Hypershade. And the Hypershade will open. And let's go ahead and we've got a bunch of fongs in here and some other stuff. These are the materials in Maya. And I want you to just go ahead and select all of them and hit delete. We're going to make some ones from scratch here. So go ahead and on your left hand side they'll see something that'll it says blend. Click a blend. And all a blend is just a shiny texture. Okay? And we are going to need 2 blends. So make 2 blends. And you're going to name one blend body and another blend eyes. So if you click the blend, and on the right hand side in your channel box, you can name it body and eyes. Yeah, I deleted everything that was in there and I made 2 new blends. If you need help, you guys, make sure to ask somebody to sit next to you. We are in the Hypershade. So if you go to Window, Rendering Editors, Hypershade, that is where we are. Window, Rendering Editors, Hypershade. Guys, I moved pretty quick through these lectures, so please try and keep up. We have a lot to cover in like no time. Yeah, but this is gonna take. We haven't even like scratched the surface yet. So. All right. So let's go ahead and add some textures to these. So go ahead and click on body or eyes. It doesn't matter, either one. Double click it. You click on blend. Blend, yes. So we need 2 blends, and one's called body and one called eyes. Deanna, you should be helping him. Alright, so on the right hand side you'll see something that says color. When you double click either body or eyes, double click them. On the right hand side you'll see something that says color. Okay, there's a checkered box. Click that checkered box. And you'll see a node list that comes up, and you're going to click File. And then on the right hand side again, there's a drop down, and you'll see a yellow folder. Click that yellow folder, and we're going to add in that texture, zombie color. And go ahead and add that for body and add that for eyes as well. So I'll do it again, okay? So you double click eyes, then on the right hand side you'll see something that says color. Click the checkered box, then click File. Then on the right hand side you'll have to drop down a little bit, but there's a yellow folder where it says image name. Click the yellow folder and then go find zombie color and hit open.
They're on both blends.
Yeah, go ahead and add that texture on both blends. Still with me, Chris?
Always.
No, I almost sent you, and then you lost me. Where'd you find the folder?
So it's on the right hand side. If you in the middle, there's like a little drop down. It kind of hides itself. You'll have to scroll down a little bit.
File that you
Yeah, file. Yes. You'll have to scroll down a little bit to find it. You have to double click on body and eyes, and then click File. Deanna, help him. Freshman. This is why this program is so good, because we yell at each other when
Let's make it a video.
Huh?
Let's make it a video.
Yeah.
You need to go to your eyes, double click on it, go to where it says color, check your box to the side,
Alright, guys.
and then click the one that says file.
So what we're going to do is we're going to apply the... so you can close out of the hypershade now and go back into your main view. And we're going to apply the texture to the mutant and apply the texture to the eyes. Okay? So if you click on the mutant, right click and hold. If you scroll down to assign existing material, you'll see your options here, body and eyes. And you can select body, and it will apply. And then again, if you click on an object, right click and hold, scroll down to assign existing material, go ahead and add the body and the eyes to your mutant in 3D. And you'll have to hit 6 on your keyboard in your perspective view to see the texture. Everybody good to go? Who's behind? Anybody? Alright. If you need help, grab somebody.
Yeah.
What are you trying to you're just trying to apply your textures?
Yeah.
Just click on your mutant, and then right click and hold and go down to assign existing material. and then either choose body or eyes. And you want eyes for the eye and body for the body. Did we... Why isn't that texture showing up? Why does stuff break all the time, man?
It breaks on you. Well, when you created the new eyeball thing, you didn't UV it.
Oh, it's there.
No, on the ball.
Yeah. We're gonna have to... But why is the texture not showing up in here? Like, I can't even see it.
You?
See, it's coming up the old one for some reason. Is yours doing that? Oh, because I'm on the desktop. I chose the wrong file.
And I got the right one.
Yeah, the textures are going
Yeah, it's not loading up for some reason.
All right, who else is behind? Everybody good?
It's not loading the texture for the body for some reason.
It's you mean it's not showing up? Make sure they hit 6. Okay, you guys that are ahead here, let's go ahead and we need to adjust the UVs on the eyeball to make sure that the eye shows. So go ahead and click on the eyeball here. And in your UV texture editor, you can see, who can tell me what the problem is here? That's right. Is anybody, exactly. So you can see that the eyeball UVs here are taking up way too much space, and they don't have the eye there. So what we need to do is grab these UVs and shrink them and put them over this little eyeball. Okay? So if you right click on your UV editor and go to UV, you can drag a box and select these UVs and use your scale tool, which is on the left hand side, and scale those down. Now the scale tool is kind of funny sometimes, so when you scale them, you might have to like scale it from the center. So everybody look up here. Make sure you're doing this. It's scaling like this, okay? You want to grab all outsides.
Can you show how you think those lines go?
Yeah, so all you do is you right click, make sure your object's selected, right click and go to UV, then drag a box over all the UVs, then click your scale tool, and then from the center click and drag, and it should do this. You may have to like click it and hit undo again and hit undo again a couple times in order for it to get it to scale uniform like this. So then scale it and then move it over that other eye, and you can zoom in. Alexis. What happened?
I can't get to zoom in enough so I can get the eye.
Chris will be back in a second. He will assist you. Unless Brock can help you. Everybody good? Anybody need any help? Do what?
I missed what you were saying.
Oh, all you do is you grab the eyeball. Then in the UV texture editor, right click and hold and go to UV. And then select all the UVs, drag a box, select all the UVs, and move those and scale them over the eyeball.
So you got a problem there.
You guys good to go?
What do you got there? I think so. We got the I have to.
If you guys are having problems with Maya, make sure you sit next to somebody next time that's like pretty good so they can help you, okay? It doesn't help you to sit next to people that, if you're both having problems, it doesn't help anybody. Hey, you guys, can you close the door? How are we doing up at the front? You guys okay up there? Good to go? Alright, so now go ahead and move those eyes up into his face. So we don't need the UV texture editor anymore. And if you right click on the eye and go to object mode, you can move it as a whole unit here. You just right click and hold and go to object mode.
Yeah, that's what I did.
So try again.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And you may have to scale the eyeball and rotate it. And remember, 6 on your keyboard is texture mode. So this guy actually has eye sockets, or he has eye, like an eye mesh in there. So we're gonna have to go ahead and move that eye off to the side for a second. What we're gonna do is we're gonna pull, as you can see, he has kind of like an eye mesh that somebody modeled in there. And what we want to do is grab the vertices for that and yank them back so we can kind of create a socket for him. And I'll show you a trick here. If you zoom in on that socket, okay, and right click and hold on it and go to vertex. Click that center vertex, and if you don't know which one I'm talking about, it's this one here. Right click and hold and go to vertex. And then if you hold shift and click the greater than symbol on your keyboard, so if you click that center vertex and hold shift and then click the greater than symbol 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, it'll select like a grouping of those vertices, and then you can pull them back into his face, like this, and it will create him a socket. So I'll go over that again, okay? Everybody look up here. So I'm zoomed in on his eye socket here, okay? And I'm just going to select the vertice that's in the center and hold shift and then click the greater than symbol on your keyboard 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, and then move those back into his eye, okay? And you want to do that for both sides. Alright, so Chris, watch this. So zoom in on his eye, click the center vert, hold shift, click greater than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, and then pull that back into his eye. So we'll create a socket for him. And then you can move the eyeballs into there, and they should have room. And when you put that eyeball in there, you want to check your blink blend shape to make sure that the blink blinks over your eyeball. So window, animation editors, blend shape, and then just test the blink and make sure that that blink is covering up that eye when he blinks. Otherwise you're going to have some problems. Anybody need any help? Everybody good?
I'll do that in a bit.
Mustafa. Nobody cares. Window animation editors blend shape. Blend shape.
And then drag your eyes in there. So you can put one in the right eye and just duplicate it and drag it over. It's Control D to duplicate. Put it far enough into his eye socket. Keep going. You want to push back. You want to keep closing his eyes. You have to close it. So just Control D. After you have it all nice and centered, and then just move it over to the next eye. And just go back to your blend space or shape, whatever it's called, and then close his eye. So, if you can't see his eye, you're good. That's all you have to do. So it's just really bad. Some of them we get them pushed down and pull back. Goes too. Stop that, Chris.
What? Alright, everybody good to go? We're on the same place here? Alright, I want you to click on that eyeball and go ahead and go edit, or just do modify freeze transformations. Modify freeze transformations. And then what we're going to do is we are going to duplicate this eyeball and move it over to the other eye, but we're going to do it systematically. Okay, so go to Edit, Duplicate, and then with the duplicate selected, in Translate X, go ahead and crap, you know what, this is a bad idea. Undo that. Undo before you froze transformations. So keeping the transformations, go to Edit, Duplicate, and then in Translate X just add a negative, and that eye should pop over to the other side. I'll go over that one more time, okay? So click on the eye and go to Edit, Duplicate, and then in Translate X put a negative in front of that. Mine says 3.455. Just put a negative symbol and hit Enter.
Mine just says 0.
Yeah, I made you freeze the transforms, but undo before that to where numbers come back on that eye. So just hit Control Z a couple times to where the numbers come back. There you go. You guys with me? Everybody still with me? This class is out at what, 3? Alright. Now we can freeze the transformations on those eyes. So shift click them and go Modify, Freeze Transformations. Alright, so now we've got our dude here. Let's go ahead and save our scene. So File, Save. And what we're going to do is we're going to export this guy and bring him into Mixamo. So go to File, Export All. Well, actually, before we do that, there's something goofy here in this scene. Go to the hypergraph hierarchy. Go to Window, Hypergraph Hierarchy. And the hypergraph hierarchy is going to show you everything that's in the scene. We've got our spheres here. We can go ahead and rename those spheres to eyes, for right eye and left eye. So select the one and make sure it's your right, not his right, if that makes sense. So click it and type in left eye and then type in right eye. And make sure it's your right, not his. Well, no, his right, not your right. If that makes sense. Yes.
Where is that at?
All right, so we got some other stuff in the scene. As you can see, the blend shapes are in there. There's that crazy joy. There's a bunch of crap in here. There's like this BIP stuff and like a couple lights. Go ahead and delete those. BIP 01, that can go away. These two lights, those can go. And save your scene, Control S, and now let's export this for mixamo. So File, Export All, and change the drop down at the bottom to FBX Export. And there are some settings on the right hand side we're gonna set. You want to, in geometry, you want to make sure that smoothing groups is on, animation is off, cameras off, lights off, embed media is on. I'll go over those again. In geometry, smoothing groups is on, animation's off, cameras off, lights off, embed media is on. And we are going to export this guy, and it's going to be called Maya to Mixamo. And the reason we name that is because we're going to go back and forth through a bunch of different programs with this guy, and so we need to understand what files, where files were coming from and where they're going, kind of what our game plan was for this. So this one will be going from Maya to Mixamo. So Maya to Mixamo. Do whatever you want. Yeah, FBX export. Yeah. So on the settings, smoothing groups is turned on in geometry. Cameras and lights are off. Animation is off, and embed media is on. Then go ahead and export, and then jump into Mixamo. Now when you're in Mixamo, if you just click on Store, there should be a big old upload button at the top. And go ahead and select that FBX we just exported and give it an upload. Why?
Hey, Chris.
It's not supposed to have joints, Chris.
Well, teacher Chris, what do you do in this part here?
Oh, you just, yeah, no, okay. Delete this, delete those three lines. Yes, yep, delete it. Now export from Mixamo. Save your scene first. Why? Try and export your FBX again. It may, some people's are working, some people's aren't working. I don't know. Just try and re-export it. It could be just some weird little issue. Mine's working. Did it work?
No, it's just being weird.
Just re-export it.
I did.
Do it again.
Do they already have the mixamo auto rig file?
Do what now?
Do they already have the mixamo auto rig files?
Do they already have the Mixamo auto rig files? Oh, not yet. No. We'll do that in a second. All right. Well, when it loads in, go ahead and go to Next, and you want to start your rigging process here. Left wrist, right wrist. Move these all to where they're supposed to go. The thing you need to make sure is that, remember, it's his left, not your left. Does that make sense? Son of a bitch. Yeah, it's his left, not your left. If that makes sense. So you don't want to...
So I can delete those sky things, right?
delete the lights and delete the... go to hypergraph. delete the lights and delete the don't delete the mesh. Yeah, and the bitmap. You guys good to go? Problems? Good to go?
What do we name it?
Name it Maya 2 Mixin. Good to go? Click next. And then move those into place. Look up where I had a buffer. We need help.
It says enable to read skills.
Re-export your file. Re-export your file.
Don't forget to turn off all that light stuff that you have. That was his issue because just the light and the map. That then it uploads.
You doing okay, Alexis?
Hey, Alexis was in your intro, wasn't she?
Yeah.
You guys worked together
A little bit.
on the thing.
Whatever that was.
Whatever that
Whatever
was.
that project was.
Whatever that project was. You guys good to go here?
I'm good. She's gonna try to.
Deanna? What's going on?
Not sure. To the right. Yeah. Try to move that still.
I still didn't work.
It's on the side.
You saw how this went? Yeah.
What happened? You gotta put it on the opposite side. That's what you said. Emphasize that.
Okay.
Guys, if you've added the thingies like that, go ahead and just
She's working on getting the eyeballs into it.
go ahead and just click next.
That should help her. Did you select the skeleton LOD?
Just leave it all. It should be standard.
Oh, just standard skeleton.
I was out of the room this whole time.
No programs are perfect. Nothing's perfect, you guys. These are all computer programs. You know what I'm saying? There's bugs. Mixamo's brand new. Experiment. Just ask Chris. Chris has had all kinds of Mixamo issues.
Sure, talk to his left first. You're good.
You guys good?
And then you have to remove those. Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Yeah, we're both.
Just try to upload it. Put an idle animation on him if you can, which it looks like this guy already has kind of an idle animation.
No, it's so weird.
You guys have used Mixamo before too, right? So when he loads in,
I'm honestly not sure why the hell it did that. Hey Chris, have you ever seen this before?
chances are.
It's really weird.
It's like, it's never happened to me before.
That's what she said.
I know, but not.
Wow. Wow. Oh, that's pretty cool.
He imported his animation character and then it imported another one face down on the ground.
Right?
Oh, it's definitely a checkbox.
Oh, definitely. It has to be something.
Go to Maya. Checkbox. What's that? What is it? No. Bad Chris. Just try and export. I don't know. It's a weird error.
Yeah.
Is anybody where I'm at? You guys still have? How long has it been like that?
No, it's going to like
Put that idle. Everyone put this idle on him. Yeah, when it loads up, put this idle on him. You still have the problem?
Pick up Tony Romo.
There it goes. Yeah, that could be it.
am I clicking now, Chris, am I clicking animate or?
Yeah, animate.
Okay.
You guys good?
So you guys export it to be a drop down box.
Did you get lost?
No, well, my thing crashed like
If you want, I can give you my files. We're going to be working on this for multiple classes. Okay. Probably going to need the file. I can give it to you now. You have a thumb drive? Yeah. Hey, can I borrow your thumb drive?
That works.
Cool. Everybody needs to be here. If you're not here, who's not here?
I'm still looking for the song. Yeah, just can I use that?
Chris.
Yes. Yes.
What's up?
I'm gonna put my files on this drive here, so if you need them. Yeah, student Chris, what's going on, man?
I'm blaming it on technology.
What's going on, dude?
I'm gonna see if it doesn't disappear when I download it. Visual error.
You download it just like it plays just right at the bottom one too.
It's mad at me because I've already done this 3 times and it doesn't want to see this.
Would you like to animate or do it by
Animate.
If I could, I'm not.
Chris, I was depending on you, man.
Yeah, should have learned your lesson last time.
I was depending on you, sir. All right, here are the files for anybody that needs. Who needed them? Okay, can you give us a hand afterwards? What am I doing here? All right, who's still not here? Anybody else?
I can't find the specific idle animation you're looking for.
Just type in idle and scroll down.
Well, the beast is not doing it on the.
All right, you guys that are here, let's go ahead and export this guy. So go ahead and click, when you got the idle, click add to my assets. And go ahead and you want to download 1, the character, and 2, the animation. So you go to my assets, my animations, click on it, queue download, without skin.
There's an option for Unreal Engine.
Yeah, we don't want that. cue the download and download. So it's called Goalkeeper Idle, apparently. Don't ask me why. So you need to download not only the character, but also the animation. And we want to keep him in his original pose.
I still can't find a specific animation you're looking for.
It's called Goalkeeper Idle. Type in Goalkeeper.
So without the skin?
Yeah, animations download without skin, and the character download not T-pose. He needs to be in a standard pose, a regular pose. So we have to download the character and the animation. It's 2 files. And then go ahead and save those in your
Could you repeat what you said? I'm sorry.
yes. You are downloading some files.
Okay.
You're downloading the animation and the character. Does that make sense? So you know how to do this? This download? Yeah. You know how to do this in Mixamo, right? This? Never mind, Chris. I mean, Brock. Where the heck's my upload directory? Oh, downloads. I know, Firefox kind of. Yeah. So you're going to download 2 files, you guys. One's going to be Fuse Model, and the other one's Goalkeeper. You're downloading a character and an animation. So you have to click on My Assets, My Animations, and My Characters, and you want to download both of them. Okay? Download the animation without the skin. Download the character in his regular pose, not a T-pose. Ninja, you didn't bring enough for everybody?
Got headphones in?
You didn't bring enough for everybody?
No.
Damn.
Good on you, Ninja.
How did you belong in that the
Still uses 4.8.
Yeah, that's the only thing that's bad.
Wait, how'd you get that? Right there. Does it matter which animation you download?
Do what now?
Which animation we download?
If you want to.
Yes, I want you guys to all download the same one as me. This one. The Goalkeeper Idol. All right, everybody here yet? Are we there yet?
Need to download it from the Goalkeeper item?
Brock, can you help him? Sure. All right. If you are here, I also want you to go to, we have to get the Mixamo plugins. So go to Products, Control Rig Scripts, Get Scripts, and download the Maya scripts. No, you don't. No. And then you're downloading the Maya Control Rig scripts. Download 1.6.0. And go ahead and put those in your Mutant folder also. And if you're using stupid Firefox like me, you just go to Tools, Download. You got to go to the download folder. Pain in the butt. Download the Mixamo scripts. You guys know how to do that, right? Mixamo scripts. You guys good over here? Everybody good over here? Download the animation and character. Yeah, go to My Assets. Download animation. Download character.
Anybody else?
Yes. download the animation with no skin and the character in his
Original.
original pose. You guys okay? Pretty good. Did you get the files out? Yeah. Good man. You keeping up over here? Ish. We need the files. These guys have got the files. They got a little lost.
Original pose or T-pose?
Original pose. Guys, I'm recording this video, so if you ever need to go back in your steps and stuff.
And then download it into the project folder.
Yeah, put everything in the project folder. Like as you can see up here, I've got Goalkeeper Idol, the Mixamo scripts,
Use model.
and the Fuse model, all in my folder here. Okay. All right, moving on. You're gonna need to extract those Mixamo scripts. Right-click, extract all, and we got to move those into our Maya scripts folder, which is in Documents, Maya, 2015 scripts, and you just drag them all in there. And I'll leave that location up here for you guys so you can see it. So you're dragging your scripts in Libraries, Documents, Maya, 2015 scripts. Sure, man.
Chris,
What's up?
do you guys need to talk to you about some two classes or something?
Who?
Diaz?
Is he here?
Yeah, he was here. He's just waiting for your class to be up.
Well, my class ends at 3.
And I just told him that because he just needs to talk to you about two substitute classes.
Alright guys, once you do that with the scripts, go ahead and go back into Maya, and we're going to do a couple things here. With our character, we're going to go ahead and rig him. And what I want you to do is click on the script editor. We need to load the Mixamo files. Y'all shut that door, please. And go to source script, file source script, and you're going to have to change to Python files and load the Mixamo auto control rig script.py. And when it loads up, there is a button that says rig character. Go ahead and click it. Oh. You have to import your Fuse model. So make a new scene, import the Fuse model first. One sec. So when you import your Fuse model, then click, what the hell is that? That would be the wrong Fuse model. What the heck, man? Oh, Maya to Mixamo, I guess is what it's called. Whoops. Yeah, it's called Mutant mixamo. Sorry, guys.
Keep off downloading things.
Probably better to rename that one from mixamo, so you know where it's at.
Oh, wait, we need the whole thing.
Then when you import it, click rig character.
We're importing a new character.
You're importing the character you exported from mixamo, and then click rig character. Now, what the heck is going on here? Is this what happened to yours? What this usually means is there's something in the scene that it's there's something in the scene. I don't know what it is. Let me see.
I tried rereading it,
It didn't like it?
trying to re-download the scripts.
What the heck is going on here?
And then 2015. This whole. Oh, what?
Why is it doing that, Chris?
You got me, man.
That is
Did you ever have it before? Not once. It doesn't seem to be affecting anything. It just looks weird.
do what now? Control sizing helper. Control sizing helper. What is that crap? Alexis? It's called Goalkeeper Idle. Create sizing helper.
That was in the 2015 folder, right?
Yeah,
Make
2015.
sure they didn't put in the wrong file.
What the heck?
That's not a control, right?
Huh?
That's not a control, right?
No, this is some sort of a sizing helper, which I guess you use to scale. Never run into this problem before. That's probably what it does. Yeah, that worked. So, guys, there's a problem with the character. I don't know what's going on, but basically, watch this process here. This will help you fix it. When you have the scripts up, if you import your guy from mixamo, then you click this little box before you rig him. You click a box called Control Override Bounding Box, and it creates a box around the character, and it uses this to scale the rig. So you have to right-click and grab the vertexes and pull this box to size to the character. I've never had this problem before, but I guess this is what we need to do. So you scale it to the character here, and then click rig character. And then you shouldn't have any problems. You want to move all those vertices at one time, by the way. So everybody take a second here and keep up. Everybody get caught up.
And then that's when they add the control, right?
Get it?
Yes, original pose. Guys, if you need help, there are people coming around that can help you.
What am I doing there? Yeah.
Just put that.
Yeah, they're over here. Yeah, there. I remember I'm recording this, so. You want to switch to it? When you're, are you trying to load the script? I'm trying to load the script. Oh, you are?
So now if you add it, whenever it's reopen, you just save everything, quit, reopen it, so that.
That one. Yeah.
You just
Now
need
let
to
that file
script
file.
open, save everything, close it. Because if you add the script under when it was open, it won't be in there.
Good job. Good job.
Any other help? Ask this guy because this is not what I'm doing before that. It's supposed to work. Might take a while. You got all the stick right here, right? The option section. Yes, scroll down. Is that media? Yeah, yes, that is one down. Everything else should be checked. No. Yes, it should be right. If you have your words, just grab.
You guys need to go over here?
They just need to get this script extender on there because they have all the stuff in the folders.
Alright guys, when we get to this point, go ahead and save the file over your rig file in Maya, and that's it for this class, and we'll pick up here next
They
time.
need to get their rig, actual rig on it. Because they have the script extender in there. I just don't know where to go to open it.
The script?
Yeah.
Oh, click on that button. Yeah, no, the one below. That one, and then click the play. Yeah, and now look at Python file. So click on Python file. We're just putting that Python file, and that's it. And now click. Is your character in the scene? Import your character.
Oh, mine.
From Mixamo.
Okay.
The one you exported from Mixamo. Save it over. Do what now? Yeah, save it over now. Yeah, save over your mutant rig, and when you guys finish, you're done. We're done for today. Okay. And I'll see you next time.
We're just moving forward to